Hey guys, hope you all are doing great. Here to this side, and I wish you all a very happy, fulfilling, and prosperous New Year 2026. And may all your wishes come true, all your desires, everything that you ever wanted, you achieve this year, right? This is my wish for all of you. And as you know that every year we do mission for that particular year. What basically we want to do and where do we see IT testing, software testing, especially ETL testing heading basically from here on, right? And based on that, I basically give you some direction at the beginning of the year. And for this year, this is the career path that I can see based on current market trend and industry trend. And if you follow this, it is going to be definitely you will be able to achieve everything and in aligned with the current industry trend basically. Yeah. So let's talk about this mission 2026, guys. What we want to do? It's time to upgrade your testing career because every single year there are a lot of changes happens in the market, and wherever we are in today, whether we are fresher, whether we are having manual testing experience, where we are in automation testing, ETL testing automation, or whether we have done the ETL testing automation also, we have done manual automation, and what exactly we should be doing next, basically, because that's also one of the important thing to move yourself into further into the career path, basically. So I'm going to talk about all of these three tracks, basically, and based on your experience, you can basically try to scale up yourself, try to learn the things, and try to fit into those kind of roles because the industry is very constantly changing. Yes. So let's talk about the very first one, career path for ETL testing SDET, guys. First of all, the academic qualification. Let me just give you what basically you should be having the qualification. I'm saying this is desirable. Yes, these are the desired academic qualification, but maybe it's not that you don't have this qualification, you'll not be able to get into IT, but little difficult with those kind of other kind of qualification or degrees basically. So that's the reason I'm saying that, okay, 3 year of computer science are related streams, let's say BSc IT or computer science or BCA. This is also good for basically moving into these roles. Yeah. And then West is basically having the engineering degree, any stream or master degree in computer science or related streams. Yeah. MSc IT, MCA, MTech, right? BTech or BE. These are basically the qualification requirement that one need to have in terms of upgrading, or basically if you are fresher to get into this ETL testing automation or those kind of roles basically. Yes. So now let's talk about what basically is the career path for ETL testing SDET. When I say ETL testing SDET, it basically ETL testing automation profile, because currently in the market there are very less profile that is only for the manual ETL testing, manual testing kind of role, because nobody in the industry is looking for only people who know the manual stuff, right? They want you to basically write some automation code, right? And that's where those kind of roles, especially working into manual testing, especially into ETL testing, is also getting deprecated slowly, right? And that's the reason we need to basically upgrade ourselves into SDET role, which is basically software developer in test. That's basically automation testing role basically, right? So that's where we need to upgrade ourselves. Now what are the actions that we need to do basically? So here I have put few skills that you need to basically master in terms of moving into this role, right? Whether you are fresher or you are into non-technical background or you are coming from somewhere else, basically any other stream, you should have, if you are willing to basically move into these roles, these are the skill sets that you should be following. The first one is basically the SQL. You should be very proficient into writing the SQL queries, because majority of the time in ETL testing and data warehousing testing, you need to basically write the query to fetch the required data either from the source target or any other systems basically, right? Second skills you should master is the ETL testing and data warehousing concepts. Without that, you cannot go into ETL testing role. So that is another skill set that you need to work on. Third one is basically Linux, because Linux is getting so much popular nowadays because a lot of servers are there on the Linux which are hosted, right? So many times when you work in the ETL environment, you need to log into some Linux servers basically and fire some commands. For that, you need to also be familiar with the Linux. I'm not saying you need to master, but you need to be good into Linux shell scripting, little bit shell scripting, but mostly commands, right? The number four is basically the core skills that I'm talking about is the Python. there is no escape from Python if you are into the data field, right? When I say data field, data platforms, ETL, data warehousing, data engineering, wherever you are in, or data science, wherever you are in, you need to know Python, right? So you have no escape from that. So you need to have the very good one of the programming language, which is Python, having the core knowledge, because that Python is a language that can be applied to wide variety of different kind of job role. Even into, if you are tomorrow you want to move into some data science role, you are good to move basically if you know the Python, right? And then you need to also master couple of libraries which are very, very important from the data manipulation, data reading part of, right? So because you need to basically read the data, process the data, etc. So how do we handle those? So using these libraries, which are Pandas, PySpark, PyTest, basically for the testing. Basically, when you write the automated test case, you basically use the PyTest framework to execute the test cases. Yeah, and then other libraries, right? These are the one which is related to your automation skill sets. Now, GitHub. Git is basically the version control. There you also have to have the mastery, because when you are working as a SDET role or the automation test engineer role, you need to basically work on this GitHub, Git repository, etc., so that you can basically manage your code base, you can interact with other developers. So that's why you need to be very good into Git repository as well, Git commands. Yeah. Now, once you are done with this, you also need to be the core part of it. I'm talking, you need to be very good into writing your test automation procedures step by step. How do you design your utility? How do you design your reusable codes? How do you basically fetch the data from different systems, or maybe reporting or error handling, exception handling? All of those automation test procedures, you should be very well aware of it. You should be able to see that where exactly which part, which component of the test automation should be fitting where, right? And those are the things that you should be aware of it. And at the end, you should be also aware of how to write test automation framework end to end. Because when you say you are an automation test engineer, if you can't write a full-fledged automation test automation framework, then it's of no use, because you need to basically able to design end-to-end automation test framework basically, and that's how basically you should master this skill, right? And the realistic time, I'm saying it's 2.5 to 3 months. If you put in good amount of efforts, you'll be able to achieve this within this. I'm giving you very realistic, because there might be few days when you will not be able to do few things, right? The obstacle, that's why it is called realistic timeline. It's not aggressive timeline. And the realistic timeline should be 2.5 to 3 months basically, right? Next set of career role that I'm going to talk about, the career path for web automation SDET. Now you might be thinking, why do we need to do the web automation, especially into ETL testing? Guys, the thing is now, as I said, I'm actually doing this video based on current market trend. Because see what is happening with the new, a lot of changes are happening in the IT, right? A lot of things are happening into AI, ML, and all those areas. Now, be at a test automation engineer, you are also supposed, as a ETL test automation engineer, you are also expected to know some bit of web automation, because there will be multiple different applications which are built on the website, etc. That's where you also need to know how to basically automate those web applications as well, right? And majority of the companies are actually also asking web automation experience from you, right? Um, and even if they're not asking, right? If you are actually able to give that skill set, to offer this skill set to the company, obviously your package is going to be very, very high in that case, because you are the person who can be called as, okay, I know the ETL testing automation, I know the web automation testing, which means basically you are the full stack QA basically, right? And realistic timeline for learning this skill sets from scratch, I'm telling. Assume that you do not have any prior knowledge of ETL testing. In that case, you just can master this web automation skills in 2 to 2.5 months plan. Very realistically, uh, the skills that you need to learn is basically the Python, Selenium, Git, and then end-to-end automation framework development basically. So, right, these are the four key components, are these are the four key skills that you need to master in order to become the web automation SDET engineer. All right. Now, um, I'm telling you for whom this is basically applicable, because what I'm telling is only if you want to learn only automation, it's web automation, it's not probably the best fitting here, right? Because if you know the web automation, people also need to know the ETL testing automation, because majority of the applications are there in the backend ETL. That's where you need to know the Linux, you need to know SQL databases, data warehousing, and all. And that's the reason this will be fitting when you know a little bit of automation testing in ETL side, basically. Yeah. So that's the reason. This is the additional skill sets for this year. Why I'm saying is because of the job trend. People are looking for who is already doing the, let's say, ETL testing automation. They expect this skill to be also added because they are offering you very higher package, right? So you will be seeing this kind of role going forward, right? Right now, you will not be seeing a lot of this role, but by this year, you will be seeing this kind of role. This is my gut feeling, basically, right? Now, once you are able to, let's say you are already ETL automation test engineer, because that's a basic minimum you should be today, because manual ETL is of very, very less roles basically in the market. So you definitely need to go to ETL testing automation, which is Python and all of those things that we talked about just now. Along with this, if you upgrade yourself to web automation, then it's like a full stack automation, full stack QA, basically, right? That's what I'm going to say, the path for full stack SDET engineer, right? Once you are able to learn these two skill sets, I would say you are basically full stack test automation engineer, and you can basically command very, very higher salary. Yeah. Now, the realistic timeline to learn this is basically 3 to 5 to 4 months, basically both of these skills. Why both of these skills is taking less time than individually learning both of them? Because there is a common thing that we need to learn basically here. You see, there's a Python which is here, which is basically language. You want to code into the Python here in the web automation, and also the Git, which is also common. These are the significant time consuming, like especially the Python module is very significantly time consuming. And that's the reason once you master it here, right? Once you master it into ETL testing as that, you are anyways doing this, that time will be reduced basically. You can basically learn this Selenium, and then Git is also already covered here. So these are the two, Git and Python, these are common. And that's the reason if you are learning these two together, let's say I assume that you are fresher and you want to basically learn these two, and this is you can actually learn step by step, and this is the timeline that you should be expecting it. Now, you might be having the question, what if I'm a fresher and where should I start from? Whether I should start from the web automation or I should be starting from ETL testing automation. So I would say that there is no problem. You can either start from web automation and you can actually learn later the ETL testing automation, this part. Yes. So, or you can actually straight away start with the ETL testing and command it here, ETL testing automation, then you move into web automation. Basically, there is no dependency here. Only thing is, whatever you learn, basically, right, you will be mastering Python and Git here in any of these skill sets. So logically, if you are fresher, then you can actually start from anything, these two skill sets out of web or ETL testing automation. If you're already into ETL testing automation, yes, then the logically you should be basically going into web automation. You just learn the Selenium and the framework, right? And this will be taking this much of time basically, right? Obviously, if you know Python and Git and other things, you can basically reduce this time significantly, because that's a lot of time consuming. Yes. And another question is, what if you are working into ETL testing only? You are working ETL manual testing. You do not even know Python automation, right? So what is the goal for you? So you should basically move yourself into ETL testing automation first, because that's more logical. You go into ETL testing automation, and then after once you master it, you can just learn Selenium and automation part basically here. That's it basically. Very, very simple. So if you're already into for example, you are already into ETL testing automation, you have worked on it, you have basically, let's say, mastered it or learned it, you can just learn this web automation and you become the full stack developer or full stack software developer in test engineer, right? So that's what I would want to suggest this year. And this is based on what I can predict it, what I can see it, what I can foresee based on current industry trend, guys. And very much aligned. I would say there might be light change, very little changes, but these are skill sets which I can see foresee basically. Not a lot of changes. Only thing is people want you to become full stack if you are working into ETL testing automation already, or if you are working into manual testing, people want you to somehow move into the full stack development, right? Full stack as that role basically. Yes. Now, what you need to do once you learn this, master this skills, what you have to do is you have to basically go and prepare a resume and then start floating into the job portal. Basically, there are several job portals in the market. You can just prepare all of these things, put into your resume, and then start floating and start applying for the job. Definitely, I know that once you master all of these skills, there is no looking back, guys. I'm telling you. And trust me, full stack developer, full stack SDET engineer are actually paid way higher than even the developer's role today. Yeah, because you are actually able to give a lot of value to the company, right? You can say, hey, bring me any kind of application. I'll be able to test it. I will be able to automate it, right? You are a kind of a single person, single point of contact for entire testing. You can play as an architect role if you are senior. Let's say you are having more experience, right? Let's say 10, 15, 20 years of experience. You can go as a senior architect role also, because definitely senior architect roles or architect roles need to know all of these things. Even if you are a junior level, let's say 3, 4, 5 years experience, you have so much demand in the market because you know so many stuff basically, right? And with this, guys, I just wish you all that you all basically take this career path and try to upskill into this area, and whatever I suggested it, right? And ideally, this is covering for everybody. For example, as I said, for freshers, you can basically start ETL testing automation. You can also start web automation SDET, and you have to master basically both. The idea is to basically reach to the full stack, and full stack is what? ETL testing SDET plus web automation SDET. If combine both of this, you are already full stack SDET engineer basically, right? So that's where wherever you are, you just have to logically move from there. And I wish that you all can basically put in enough effort this year so that you can see a very fruitful year and going forward your future. Yes. And with this, I again wish you all a very happy new year, and may this year become fulfilling, and you achieve a lot whatever you wish in your life, right? And I will see you again in the next video. Until we meet next time, happy learning. God bless you. Bye, guys. Happy New Year.